They reached the edge of the trees. Ahead of them stretched a long, shallow valley. All was black, without even the shadows of trees to give it shape. In the distance, his battle sight showed him piles of dirt-covered snow where the shadowed elves had dug all the way down into the frozen ground. 2 sets of ropes were attached to something beneath the surface of the snow, and the shadowed elves, the ones that the Deathwings had lifted over the lines earlier, he thought, were pulling with all their strength. Axes and shovels and unused coils of rope were scattered over the surface, discarded when they were no longer needed. Not a weapons cache. Or if that, then more. A tools cache. But why? What was buried here that was so important to them that they would dig down through ice and snow and frozen earth to get to it in the middle of a battle? And why now? Why not earlier? There was something beneath the ground as well. Kellen couldn't quite make it out and knew he didn't have the time to spend trying. The shadowed elves were trying to get to it, which meant it would be very bad for the elves. I don't know what they're doing, but it doesn't matter. They want what's there. We must stop them from getting it, Kellen said to Isenwen, and, with his heart leaping into his throat, gave the signal to charge. They rode down the valley toward the work party of shadowed elves. The second group of shadowed elves caught sight of them and began shouting in their strange barking language, running toward them. Isenwen! Who has the fastest horse? Kellen shouted over the sound of their snow-muffled hoofbeats. Nironishan's Searlock is fastest, Isenwen answered without hesitation. Nironishan, ride to Ysterial Poerin, now, and tell them the shadowed elves have broken through our lines. They may expect company, Kellen ordered at the top of his lungs. His party was outnumbered 6-1, at least, and at those odds it was more than an equal fight, and he dared not assume this was the only group of shadowed elves that had broken through Redalwar's careful defenses. I go! Nironishan spurred Searlock off at an angle from the main charge, the pale destrier he rode quickly drawing ahead of the others. Kellen expected the shadowed elves to go for weapons as his troop bore down on them, but they only increased their desperate hauling on the ropes. Soon he was close enough to see them by cold fire instead of battle sight, and then to slaughter them.